Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be doing episode number 22 of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewers' teams into the best teams possible for my team unlimited and or competitive play based on how much MT they have, what their squad is currently looking like, and things like that. Before we hop into this video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 4,000 subscriber mark on the channel, hopefully 5,000 soon, but 4,000 mark on the channel. I upload every single day. I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, without further ado, let's hop right into it and start off with the first team today, which comes in from H Spicy. He's got 300k on PS4, willing to spend it all, tired of making MT just to lose it. Fair enough. Wants to grind unlimited. Okay, so looking at this squad, the first thing I'm gonna say, this is quite literally a team of all free cards and KP. Like, this is a very good squad. And it's composed basically entirely of free cards, and then, like I said, KP. And this is a great squad, but I'm actually going to upgrade a couple of different things. The first thing I'm going to do is I would move Jaren Jackson Jr. to your backup center and sell KP. I know KP is a great card. I think you can play Jaren there at that backup center position. He's going to give you basically darn near what KP will give you for totally free. And I think that the next thing that you really need to focus on with your squad is your point guard position, and then you can pick up a starting power forward as well. I think for the point guard position, you go something along the lines of a Ben Simmons LaMelo Ball type of combo. Something along those lines would be the way that I would go, probably with those two guys. Both of them you can get for a buyout and are really good, still top 6-ish point guard options in the game. And then I think at the power forward position, you pick up a guy like Galaxy Opal Thurl Bailey, or you could even pick out the Pink Diamond, Evo him yourself, use the Evo card, however you want to do it, but make sure you get Thurl Bailey as your power forward and figure out a way to get him to Opal at some point. He doesn't really need to be Opal, to be fair. Opal helps him out, adds a couple defensive badges, a little bit of stats, stuff like that, but even on Pink Diamond, he's great if you want to Evo him yourself while you're playing, whatever. But that's what I would do, is pick up a couple point guards and then a power forward like Thurl, and replace KP with Jaren as your backup center. At that point, you got a great squad. I mean, this is a great free squad. Really shows you what type of team you can build without spending any MT. But yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking to do with a squad like this. Next team today comes in from KG. He's got 540k, and squad is looking elite, plain and simple. Like, this is a great team. Lonzo and Harden is elite. Clay and Cassie is super good. Giannis and Thurl, I mean, these are the two glitchiest threes in the game. Maybe not the two best, but definitely the glitchiest. KD at the 4, Yao at the 5, and AD and KP off the bench with Siakam as well. It is next gen, so Yao is, I think, better on next gen than he is on current gen. And I love AD. I love KD. I love this team. This is a really good squad. I don't think there's anything that is necessarily needed to be changed. I might switch KD and Giannis, play KD at the 3, Giannis at the 4. I mean, it's not a significant difference, but I like KD at the 3 just as that playmaker. Although if you want KD to be that pick and pop guy, it really doesn't matter particularly how you run that, to be completely honest. And this is the type of team that just honestly is simply not in need of significant upgrades whatsoever. Like, could you go after a guy like Terry Dishinger to replace Cassie? I think you could, and I think Terry is better than Cassie. That's one thing you could do to upgrade the squad if you wanted to. Potentially I don't know, a Jalen Rose instead of James Harden, because I'm higher on Rose than I am on Harden. But like, when you look at a squad like this is the type of team that you don't have to change anything, but if you want to, there are small tweaks you can make to improve the squad slightly if you want to. Phenomenal team, though. Definitely. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10. Next team today comes in from F-Gun. He's got 300 KMT. Thinking about getting rid of Yao, and he supports the videos. I appreciate it. Lonzo, Jalen Rose, elite. Harden and Dishinger, super good. AK and Kawhi, I love it. Yi and Thurl, phenomenal. And then Embiid and Yao. This is just another great team. One thing I will recommend is having a third center option, whether that's a free card like a Jaren Jackson Jr., or you go buy a Kristaps Porzingis, go even bigger and buy a guy like Anthony Davis or Wilt. Like, you have a couple of options, but I would definitely run one of those 4 guys as like another center. Maybe run them off the bench, or even start them if you get a guy like AD and bring Embiid off the bench, so you have Yao as a third center. I think that's the way to go, is to pick up a third center for a squad like this, and that's really about the only upgrade that I think is a necessity to make, is pick up an AD or a KP or a Jaren or a Wilt. One of those 4 guys to have a third center option, because of the fact that Yao can be, it could be a little bit of a struggle to run him sometimes, but it definitely is useful to have him in your lineup, at least in your last 3. So I would definitely look to pick up a center. Besides that, I mean, you could sell Harden, pick up a Clay, for example, if you wanted to. But again, I don't think that's a necessity. Definitely a great squad. Hero has 200k on current gen. Thinking about selling Giannis for Cat, but he's not sure. I'll be completely honest. Selling Giannis for Cat is not the type of upgrade I would recommend. Now, selling Giannis for Kristaps Porzingis is more of an upgrade that I think would make more sense to me personally. Lonzo and Ben is great. You have a primary ball handler in Cassie next to Ben as well, which is smart. Terry is elite, one of, if not the best shooting guards in the game. Tatum is super good. Rudy Gay, still super solid, and then Thurl Bailey and Giannis as well as AK. This is a great squad. I would sell Giannis and pick up KP, who is cheaper than Giannis. And then after that, you could potentially look up to pick up a 3 or a 4 to replace Rudy Gay. Like if you wanted to grind for Pascal Siakam or try to spend some MT and pick up a Yi Jianlian. I don't think that's a necessity though. This is a great squad. Just would upgrade that center position to a guy like KP, and you're going to be looking at an elite squad. G Torres has 150k MT on current gen, and looking at this team, a lot of great free cards again. I mean, the whole team is free cards. The problem that I have with it is the fact that you have 2 really small point guards, neither of whom I think are quite in that top tier of PGs in the game. Everything else on your team doesn't really need changing. I mean, I'm not the hugest Danny Granger or DeMar DeRozan fan, but they're definitely quality and can get the job done. You can upgrade to budget options like Andre Kirilenko and Thurl Bailey if you want to, and if you have MT left over, that might be worth doing. But for the time being, I think you save your MT and we'll focus on using that MT on the point guard position. I think you could go LaMelo Ball. If you wanted to go even more budget, you can go at Penny Hardaway, Larry Hughes, who's free and better than both Ben and AI, Ben Simmons. Like there's a couple of really good budget point guard options between the Ben Simmons and the LaMelo, who are slightly more expensive, Penny, who's a lot cheaper, and then the free option like a Larry Hughes. I think definitely would pick up 2 of those 4 guys to play your point guard position. And then if you have MT over, look at guys like AK and Thurl Bailey, like a Pink Diamond Thurl Bailey. You can evo him yourself. Not the hardest evo in the world to do. It just be a little bit time consuming, but I think the point guard position is the key, and picking up 2 of those 4 guys to improve your squad slightly. Next team today comes in from LeBron. He's got 300k MT. Obviously not the real LeBron, but think about getting Harden because he's his favorite player on current gen. Okay, so 300k MT, and this is just another great squad. I like what we've seen today in terms of all these free cards improving squads. You're looking at teams that have 4, 5, 6, even close to full lineups worth of free cards, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Everybody on this list is on this team is a buyout as well, which I absolutely love. I kind of do agree with this comment. I think he commented on the last one too, where Thurl is better than Siakam. I think Thurl is better than Jaren Jackson Jr. too. If you wanted to, for example, sell a KP, move Jaren to the 5, pick up Thurl at the 4, and then I would pick up Harden. Harden's your favorite player. He's a top 5 point guard in the game easily, arguably top 2 or 3. Definitely an elite point guard option. It's super fun since he's your favorite player. Definitely go pick him up and have some fun with him. I think that's the most important part about my team, is using cards that are both good but also that are just fun to use, guys that you really enjoy using and enjoy watching in real life. So definitely would pick up a Harden, and then something along the lines of a Thurl at the 4, Jaren at the 5 is what I would personally run. But I think your squad, even if you kept it the way it is right now, is definitely an elite team. And then finally, we have the team coming in from C4. He's only got about 80,000 MT after he sells stuff, but Ben and LaMelo, Reggie and Terry, KD, AK, Thurl, Siakam, KP, and Jaren. We just have a lot of squads today that don't really need a lot of upgrades. I feel like this is a great team, and with only 80k MT, I'm honestly not sure that there are any significant upgrades that you can make. I think you could try to save your MT a little bit to upgrade your point guard position by, for example, selling a Simmons or LaMelo, one of these 2 guys, and picking up a Lonzo Ball if you can get to the price point where you're able to afford him. But this is the type of squad that even if you're not able to do that, you have a great team that can compete with the best teams in the game for a super reasonable price. I mean, this team is a little bit expensive. You got guys like KD who are a little more on the expensive side, but generally speaking, every card besides KD is a buyout. And yeah, this is a great squad again that is not going to cost a lot of MT to build. So hopefully this video did help you all out today, even though I wasn't able to make quite as many upgrades as I like to make in my I Build Your Teams videos. Hopefully y'all did see how easy it is to make an elite squad that has a ton of great free cards and implements some of the elite budget options in the game right now for a super reasonable price. No money spent players can compete easier this year than they've ever been able to before, and squads like this are really a great example of that. So yeah, again, hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.